Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. Today's video is all about a dress that I have made in collaboration with the team of bloggers for Felicity Fabrics. So if you're not already aware, I am a blogger for Felicity Fabrics, and every now and again they send me fabric for free of my choice in return for a blog post. And I basically go ahead and use that fabric to make up anything I like and give you all the details about the garment that I've made and how I found the fabric and that kind of thing, which I absolutely love doing. I love sharing all the details of the things I've been making, as I just think it's really nice to share the experience of making up not just the fabric but the pattern that you've chosen as well. And I always try to sew something new up that I've not really made before. And so Felicity Fabrics, they did contact the blogger team and thought it would be a wonderful idea for us all to get together and do a group blog whereby we would make a dress of our choice. So that was one of the conditions, was to make a dress, and the other condition was that they actually sent us a little label to put onto our garment, but the rule was that it wasn't allowed to be put in the back of the neck. So you had to put it somewhere else on your garment. So we each sent the fabric and the label together, and then we went away and decided what dress we were going to make. It's all been a big secret, so none of us has shared what dress we're making or what fabrics we have chosen. So only Fliss and Caroline at Felicity Fabrics obviously were aware of that because they sent it to us. So it's really exciting to finally get to the day where we can reveal what we've each made. At the current time of filming, I don't know what everybody else has made because the blog hasn't gone live as yet. It's due in tomorrow, but I thought I would do a video all about my dress whilst it's fresh off the sewing machine, and I am really pleased with my make. So I think it was earlier this year or back end of last year, I took part in a sewing challenge that was created by Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam from Frugalissima, and they created this wonderful sewing challenge that was called Frugal Frocks. And basically you went away to make a dress or something out of a free pattern, and then everybody's names were put into a hat at the end of the challenge, and there were prizes to be won, and I was lucky enough to win a prize, and my prize was actually a pattern from the company Forget Me Not Patterns, and I've not ever used them before, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to make the dress from the pattern that I had chosen from them. So I have made the April dress by Forget Me Not Patterns. So like I say, it's the first time I've used this company before, so it's the first time of me making this dress up as well, and I really liked a certain design feature on it. So I'm just going to grab the pattern. So it's an A-line dress, right up my street, and there are two style variations. There's one that has a little bit of a looser fit and you can gather it in with a belt that comes with the pattern. And also you put some gathering stitches in the skirt, which is a little bit fuller. And then this one here is just a bit more of a straight A-line shape. So they're both A-line, which is perfect for me, but I chose to go with the straighter shape. And I really like this wavy design feature here. And I thought that would be something a little bit different on a dress that I've never made before, and also a little bit of a challenge for me because I've not ever sewn a wavy seam line before. There are options to have inseam pockets and also pockets actually within this wavy seam line here, which I initially was going to do, but I was actually running out of a little bit of time, and I did start to sew them, and then I came up a little bit of a problem just where I'd cut the wrong fabric in one of the pocket bags, and so I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to leave the pockets out completely because I think it's just sometimes nice just to have a streamlined dress which doesn't have any extra bits on it. So the fabric I have chosen for my dress is a cotton dobby fabric, and I absolutely love this fabric. It's really nice to work with. It's a cotton, so it behaves itself under the sewing machine, and it is just nice to wash as well. Now, because this has got that seam line, I decided to colour block mine. So I have done it in this lovely pink colour at the top, and then I'll just pan you down so you can see the bottom colour that I have chosen. So it's a little bit more of a dusky pink at the bottom, and I really like the contrast. It has a bit of a grey feel about it. So pink and grey really go well together, and I really like the contrast. It's a very lightweight cotton fabric, and in the past I have lined it in a previous dress, which gives it a little bit more weight. So this is very lightweight and is perfect for the summer months. and I really like how this dress has turned out. I will be completely honest and say I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the grown on sleeves on this pattern. It's not something I usually wear. It's very similar to the Tilly and the Button Stevie dress that has grown on sleeves as well, and it does sort of give the look of a gown that you would wear in hospital. Perhaps if you made it in a bit more of a patterned fabric, it wouldn't necessarily have that much of a look of it, but I feel in a plain fabric it does have that feel. So it's grown on sleeves, as you can see, and then just this nice round neckline that is finished with a facing, which is quite deep. It's about that wide, and I have interfaced that facing piece. And then at the back it is supposed to be closed with a hook and eye. Well, I didn't actually do that in the end because I had some little clear plastic poppers, and so I've just popped one of those on. So I'll just quickly turn around so you can see I've just overlapped the back very slightly, and it's got a keyhole opening. So the good thing about this dress is that there's no sort of closures to add really, other than that very small bit of hand sewing. So you don't add any zips or buttons or anything like that, and you don't actually have to insert obviously any sleeves with it being a grown on sleeve. But I'm just not sure if that shape really suits me or how I feel about it. I don't know if I would prefer just an inset sleeve that would give a little bit more definition around the smaller area of my body really. So I'll pan you down again and stand back so you can see that it's got bust darts, and then it's got this lovely wavy waistline seam, and that goes all the way around the back here, as you can see. So it's got a seam line all the way down the back as well. The construction of the dress is really simple. So it was very simple to make. It was just that the wavy seam line obviously took a little bit more time. You need to make sure that you clip into the curves so they spread out when you are pinning them together before you sew, and I just used as many pins as I had to make sure that that was all lined up, and I just took my time with sewing it. The one thing about this dress is that when you are sewing it up, you need to make sure that you are following the instructions, because they use different seam allowances throughout the dress. So for instance, down the side seams and across the shoulders, it's 5/8 of an inch, and then everywhere else is 3/8 of an inch. So you need to make sure that you are following the instructions. I did make the error of using 5/8 across the shoulder seams, but I don't think that's made too much difference, to be honest. When I tried the dress on before hemming it, I was already happy with how the length was on me. So it's a dress that comes just above knee length, and I'm 5'5", so I didn't want to lose too much length what was already there. So I usually bias bind my hems when that happens, so I did go out and buy some bias binding, but I also found some pretty ribbon that I thought would match this fabric quite well, so I went ahead and used the ribbon instead. And all I did was sewed the ribbon on the inside of the dress, on the outside of the hem first, and then literally just at the very edge where I'd overlocked it, so my overlocking stitches were hidden, and then I fold that ribbon to the inside and then top stitch that down. So I'll show you the hem. So it's got this really pretty little flower design on it, and I really like how that contrasts with the pinks. Then for the sleeves, you literally just do a double fold and top stitch that down, and that's what I've done. So you could add some cuffs onto it if you wanted to. This dress also comes in quite a variety of sizes. So the sizes that it comes in is sizes 28 through to 52. So I think in the UK, usually a size 36, I believe, is an 8. I could be wrong. Or maybe that's a 10 actually, I think that might be a 10. So it also comes with different bust sizes as well. So what they ask you to do is actually to measure your full bust, measure your upper bust, which is where you take the measurement literally from your armpits across here. And you have to see what difference there is between your full bust measurement and your high bust measurement. And if there's an inch or less, then you are a small bust. If there's between 1 to 3 inches difference, then you are a medium bust. And then if you're 3 inches plus, you are a full bust. So if you are a small bust, that gives you the equivalent cup size to an A to B cup. And then for the medium bust, it is a B to C cup. And then a full bust is a D cup plus. So I measured mine, and mine was about 1.5 inches difference, which puts me in the medium bust measurement, which is a B to C cup. And I do wear, as standard, a C cup bra. So I decided to go with the medium bust. And then looking at the body measurements and the finished garment measurements, because they provide both, which is great, I decided to go with a size 36. So the garment measurements for the size 36 in the medium bust puts you at a finished measurement of 39 inches. And then what they tell you for the hip is that the garment measurement of your chosen bust fit plus 3¼ inches. So because my bust would have been 39 inches finished, you add on 3¼ inches to that, which obviously took me just above my hip measurement. And my measurements are for your reference: a 34-inch bust, 30 waist, and a 41 to 42 inch hip. I think I'm probably about 42 at the minute. So 39, 40, 41, 42. So it only just took me over that, and it fits just about right. I certainly didn't want to go any smaller, that was for sure. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this dress. I will definitely be wearing it in the summer next year. It'll look nice paired with a denim jacket and sandals. I don't really think I will be wearing it so much in the winter because it is a very lightweight dress, unless I put a petticoat on underneath and then put some tights on or something. So the cotton dobby fabric then has this lovely raised spot all over it, which I think is a really nice design. It just adds that little something to a plain fabric. Now, when this fabric arrived, the lighter colour was a little bit lighter than I anticipated, but I am really, really happy with the contrast and that it has that sort of grey tone to it as well. Now, the reason I chose to have the darker on top is because I thought that with the lighter colourway, you would probably see my underwear underneath it. And also, I think it would wash me out a little bit being that light. So I went with a warmer colour to sit closer to my face, and also so that you can't see my underwear underneath. And that was the reason why I didn't add the inseam pockets, because I didn't want to be able to see the pocket bags on the outside of the skirt. So I'm just really glad that actually I omitted the pockets completely, just to have a streamlined look completely for this dress. So I will make another one in the future. I'll try it in a little bit more of a jazzy fabric to see how that looks with the wavy seam line. You know, it might be nice to have something like a spot and then the contrast spot on the bottom. Or I was considering initially, when I was looking at the fabrics that Felicity Fabrics had on their website, they had some cotton fabric which had got boats and anchors on, and I thought I could have contrasted that to have, you know, a little bit of a sea salt vibe to it, you know, a seaside sort of theme. So that is something that I may consider doing next year if they still have those types of fabrics in stock. Yeah, so yeah, overall, really, really happy with this. Like I say, I've not made this pattern before, so I just made sure that I checked the garment measurements and my body measurements and compared the ease in the pattern to choose my size. And I'm really, really pleased that I went with the medium bust in a size 36, as I think I've got a relatively good fit. So for the label then that they sent me, I have added it onto the front of my dress, and I've added it to the hem at the bottom on the right hand side, as I think that just looks really, really nice. As it's such a plain dress, I didn't really have too much choice of where I could add it onto. I suppose I could have put it on the sleeve, but I really am happy with where I've put it. So I'll pan you down so you can see. So I've just added it literally just right here on the seam line, and it says handmade with a little heart next to it. So it's quite a nice plain design, which I really, really like. So it was obvious that it was going to go with all of the fabrics that they sell on their website. They had these labels designed specifically for them. So I'll put it across the bottom of the screen of where they had them done. And I think the company is on Instagram as well. So yes, I think that's actually all I've got to say about this dress. It's a thumbs up from me. I will be repeating it next year for the summer. Absolutely love the wavy seam line. It's something a little bit different. And if you did make it in a sort of looser fit, you could definitely add the belt that comes with it, which is called the Gemma belt. But it wasn't something that I wanted to add onto this dress. I know that the fuller dress, a lot of people have made it with the belt to cinch in a little bit. So thank you very much for watching today. Please do go and have a look at all of the other girls' makes. I'll link in the description box below to the blog post so you can go and have a nosy, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of their makes as well. It will be interesting to see if there has been any duplicates, because last time we did a blog post like this, we miraculously didn't make the same thing. So thank you ever so much, and I shall see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.